Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching another very interesting chess game. This one was played in 2006 as a part of simultaneous exhibition, and it was played between Nigel Short playing as white and his opponent Philip Corbin. Since this was a part of simultaneous exhibition, Nigel Short was and is a super grandmaster from the UK. He was facing Philip Corbin, who is a FIDE master, and I'm not sure if you are allowed to play a simultaneous exhibition if you're a title player in chess. If you're an amateur, that's fine, but I'm not sure about propositions about you being a title player and facing grandmaster or some super grandmaster on the tournament. I'm not sure if that's allowed. If it is, then my apologies, but I'm not sure. Maybe you can point me out. Anyways, this game features a really interesting elephant gambit, and without further ado we will go straight into the game. So Nigel Short opens with e4, we have e5, after knight to f3 we have d5, mistake marked by computer because this is a mistake, you simply giving up your pawn, and if white plays everything good he will be just as fine. We have e takes on d5, although knight takes on e5 is good as well. I prefer myself to play knight picks up on e5 as the best answer, because after e takes on d5 usually what black goes is for e4, and right now you have to know how to continue. If you go knight to e5, then they go queen to d5, and then they harass your knight, then they go bishop c5. Anyways, you just have to be careful after e4 to continue with queen to e2, and the game goes on. But in our game, after e takes on d5, the game continued with a bishop to d6 for black. White continues with knight to c3. Don't mind this inaccuracy. White continues normal development. Knight goes on f6, and we have a bishop to c4, simply to protect this pawn. White has a healthy pawn up and is ready to castle. There is no compensation for black until now. We have knight b to d7. Computer again marks this as a mistake and wants a castle, but again, where will you develop your knight? This is the only place. Here you have to think about your development. d3 for white, and a6 was played here for black, with the idea to maybe later go for b5 and develop this bishop on b7. Again continued with a4, stopping this b5 idea, and we have h6 on the board here played for black, simply to not allow this bishop g5 pin. Game continues with castle for white. Black also castles, and we have a rook to e1 here played for white, putting his heavy piece into the game. Rook to e8 was played for black, and we have h3 here, again just a waiting move and blocking this knight from jumping on the g4. We have b6 on the board, getting ready to develop his bishop, and right now knight to h4, an inaccuracy marked by computer, but this is of course not a mistake. Computer wants knight to d2 and maybe later knight to b3. Game continued with knight to f8 for black. Black reroutes his pieces. We have queen to f3 here for Nigel Short, and we have a rook to b8, again trying to develop your queen side here. We have knight to f5, attacking this bishop and offering a trade. We have bishop to b4. Black plays a good move. Of course, he's a pawn down and going into an endgame. Simply this pawn is a healthy pawn. There's no way of stopping this pawn and no way of taking it for free. So you want to avoid changes and complicate things a little bit. So right now Nigel Short decided to go rook to e2 and to avoid the exchanges, which actually happened in the game. After bishop to b4, the best move was to actually go for bishop to d2 and not allow this ruining of this pawn structure. But after rook to e2, now black decided that it was the right time to ruin this pawn structure and at least get a better exchange than simply giving up your bishop there. After b takes on c3, we have knight goes on g6 here for black, another developing move. And right now in the game what should have been played is rook to e4 here, sacrificing the exchange. But then after rook to e4, if knight picks up on e4, then d takes on e4 with a perfect bit with more than enough compensation for white. Black only has one pawn of advantage because white already took one pawn, and we have a bishop pair here for white. White has a decent game, but in the game after knight to g6, Nigel Short missed this idea of black and he played g3. Now if you wish you can pause the video and find what Nigel Short here missed. This is a really big mistake, as you can see from the evaluation bar. If you found this brilliant e4 move, congratulations. What is the idea? You attack the queen, if the queen moves. Firstly, let's say if you take d takes on e4, then knight goes on e5, forking your queen and your bishop here, and after you simply retreat your queen, there is knight picking up on c4 and it's gone. After e4, if you simply remove your queen, let's say queen to g2, then simply bishop to f4, bishop to f5, your two pieces are hanging, so black now has the advantage and a winning advantage here. So in the game after e4, Nigel Short saw that he made a mistake and he went for rook picks up on e4. After knight picks up on e4, d takes on e4, we have knight to e5, again with the same idea, forking this queen and this bishop. Again continued with queen to e2, but right now firstly we have bishop picking up on f5, and after e takes on f5 we have knight picking up on c4. After queen takes on c4 we have a rook e1 check here. Black has winning advantage right now, he's closing in on Nigel Short. King goes on g2, we have rook to d1, immediately pressuring this pawn. Nigel Short doesn't know what to do, he plays for g4, simply leaving this here and hoping for some equalizing in the endgame if he can. Of course this is losing. Queen to d7 is best, one of the great moves, but queen picks up on d5 is perfectly fine. This is a completely winning endgame. Queen retreats on b3, we have rook to e8, bringing another rook into the game. We have a c4 here played for white. Rook e goes on e1, right now getting ready to attack this king. We have bishop to b2 offering trade, trying to release some pressure if possible. And right now after rook picks up on e1, Nigel plays knight to c3, getting ready to threaten checkmate. We have f6, simply blocking this, and right now after bishop takes on a1, queen e7 first. And after bishop to b2, game continued with queen e4 check. Now this queen enters into the game. King goes on g3, rook g1 check, king goes on h4, and right now queen f4. Pretty much winning move right now. Nothing is, you have to give up your bishop here. This game is simply losing. After queen to e3, yes, now queen to g5 check, forcing a trade because you have to trade, your king doesn't have any free spaces. And after h takes on g5, this is where Nigel Short decided to resign. Why? Because simply after king to h5, the only move right now we have king to h7, blocking the escape square. You cannot go back, and right now let's say whatever you play, let's say you play a5, we simply ignore everything and we play a rook to h1 here, getting ready to take this. Now you might go with bishop takes on f6, but after g takes on f6, king cannot go back, king cannot go forward, and after any move rook picks up on h3, a truly wonderful checkmate here. So this is how Nigel Short lost his one of his games in simultaneous exhibition. Now do let me know, I'm really interested if you are allowed to apply and play Super Grandmaster if you are a title player in a simultaneous exhibition, because this is not a fair environment. This is usually for chess amateurs and weaker players, not title players and players who are professional. And this was all, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this game. If you did, as always, please make sure to leave a comment, like, and share this video with other people who enjoy chess, because it really helps with the YouTube algorithm, and the longer you watch it, YouTube will recommend my videos more. So if you can, please watch at least until half of the video, and even more is better. Other than that, if you wish to improve at chess, if you wish to stop blundering and become better, learn openings, there is a chess community I'm a part of, and I invite you to check it out in the link in the description of this video. You have everything there to gain elo points and to advance your chess. Thank you so much, and I wish you a pleasant day. Bye bye.